What's up, folks? Got some properties in South Carolina today, and what's interesting is that two of them are located in the same town, kind of priced similar but different scenarios. So you have a good example of like which one is going to fit your risk tolerance better than the other. There are some differences and there are some similarities, so I thought that was interesting that everyone would like to take a look at. And then I have another property that would be potentially a good property for a first timer. So let's just get right to it. All right. So this first one is going to be located in both of them are Bennettsville, South Carolina. Okay. So this one is on for sale by owner, although it appears to be listed at the same time. There's different pictures, but you'll see where we're going with this. All right. So first thing first, let's take a look at the photos on for sale by owner. Now, looks like a nice, quaint, charming southern home. Looks nice. Um, the power's on in that photo. Looks like you got some damage on the roof back here, possibly. That's going to be mildew, whatever. No big deal. And you can see the photos were taken in October of 24. So, a few months can make a difference, but not too much. All right. Then we got the exterior. So you can see, looks like it's got a hardwood flooring. It's going to be resurfaced. All right. No big deal. But overall, it doesn't look too bad, right? Paint's clean. Don't see anything too much damage on the walls. Got a little damage here, but whatever. It could be just dirt from the photo. Now, on this one, there's only 10 photos and you can't see the bathroom, right? Okay, sure. However, if we go to Realtor.com, you have 13 photos and what appears to be a more recent photo set. I don't know, but a little clearer. So now we have more pictures of the interior. Obviously, like we said, those floors are toast. It does have central heat and AC. Do we know if it works? Not really, but All right, so it does look clean, and it just looks like the floors need to be done so far, right? You got a fireplace. Okay, that's fine. Now here's another photo of the bathroom. They don't show us too much in the bathroom, but, could be better, could be worse, but it's move-in ready. Here's the kitchen. It's dated. Okay, fine, but move-in ready, right? Another back room, an aerial view, shows you the roof, definitely need to get that looked at. But here's the rear of the house, right? Okay, and here's the backyard. What's interesting on Realtor is they actually put a layout of the property, so that's super cool. That makes it way easier. Kitchen, family room, living, dining, bedroom, primary, bedroom, bath, hall, right? Okay, that's super cool, right? Let's go to Zillow. Zillow has the same thing. I always like pulling everybody up to see what's going on. Now, here's where this gets another interesting tidbit is back on the market due to immediate relocation. Whether that's true or not, who knows, but this is what I'm looking at is that it's been on Zillow for 115 days, right? That's a considerable amount of time. All right, so we got the same photos there. Redfin, all right? Redfin has more photos as well. So I don't know who's in charge of this listing or if it's even listed, or I don't trust any of it. But as you can see, you got some more photos, so you get a good outline of what this property actually looks like, right? It's not too bad. This could be just kind of a quick lipstick on a pig job, man, depending on that roof and the AC, But overall, not bad, right? So Redfin has the value at 75.5, right? Okay, that's fine. They don't show it for sale. But, sorry, clicked on the wrong thing. They're saying it last sold for 85. Okay. Now, if we go back in here, they're asking 85.5. They're asking, everything's the same on Realtor.com, 85.5, and even on for sale by owner, they have it at 85.5. But let's take a look at the property appraiser, right? So property appraiser has the total market value at 29.5. That seems a bit low, but for paying taxes on it, that's pretty good, right? I think it's worth more than $30,000. But let's take a look at where it's located. All right. So this is going to be Bennettsville, right? Let's zoom on out. See where we're at in South Carolina. Let this thing catch up. So you're right near the border of North Carolina. Okay. Not bad. Let's take a look at the neighborhood. So this is going to be street view from 2024. Um, not a bad neighborhood. Looks pretty quiet, kind of charming. Got that southern thing going on. All good. Um, yeah, looks like a nice little area. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's get into the numbers. So they're asking 85.5. I this $30,000 valuation is way off, but Redfin says 75. Like, that makes no sense. But I think this thing's worth 125, honestly. So let's put our 125 in there, right? And the thing is, we're going to do the next property. We're going to keep the numbers exactly the same, but you can see the difference, right? Okay. So max utilities, taxes, utilities. Let's put 3,000 because I think it's kind of big, right? Let's do our standard 30 for rehab square footage. It's 12. What's the square footage on this thing? I put it down wrong. 1827. Sorry, 1827. 1827. Let's do a 30 as our standard. Okay, so if it's worth 125, your max acquisition price with no commission is 38. With commission, you're like 36. And then if you're a wholesaler, say you want to make your $5,000, which you always put in there, you got 31, right? But bear in mind, this thing does not need a full rehab, so you can get your price per square foot lower. So let's cut that in half. You're now at 65, 63, and 58, right? Okay. That is doable. I mean, they kind of have a sunk cost of 85,000. If that's true, you can look it up in the property appraisal and see what they purchased it for, but that's something you need to learn how to do on your own. But you can see that this property is interesting, right? Doesn't need a lot of work. It doesn't need a lot of work. They may have overpaid for it when they bought it, but you can see that there's something going on here. Now, let's take a look at the other one in the same town. This one is a little the same, a little different, okay? This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,875 square feet. Okay, they're asking 60,000. We have no pictures of it other than the exterior, right? Even going on Redfin, nothing. Just a more modern street view, I guess is what you could call that. Redfin saying 85, basically the same thing as the other property. You have Realtor.com has 81, right? But we don't know what the pictures are on the inside. We have no idea. So let's take a look at the property appraiser. Property appraiser, for whatever reason, has this one at 53.6, so we're going to say $54,000. Once again, seems a bit low, but we'll just take it for what it's worth. All right, so let's take another look where this guy's located, right? So we're back out here in Bennettsville. They're not too far from each other, and here is the street view, right? This is where they're pulling it. Now, looks a little bit not as nice as an area, but it's fine. However, if you're going to get in this business, this is what you need to do. Look at the street view, right? This guy might be vacant as well, right? So I would door knock that guy, send him a letter, multiple letters. I would do the same thing with this one. This guy has a no trespassing on here, but whatever. This is in June 24 as well. So we know these are fairly recent. If they haven't been occupied, they're not going to increase in like how they were maintained, nothing like that. So get that out of your head. But, here's the thing. This guy's asking 60, right? Now, if you go in and read what they say, it's dated because they're saying January 24th. Well, that's long gone. If you're a wholesaler, they must have been burned in the past. So this may not be a good property for a wholesaler. They will not consider your offer. They're saying sold as is. Cash offers, buyer covers all closing costs, and we do have that calculated in the formula. But you take everything with a grain of salt. Everything's negotiable. And remember, never take it personal. Also, must agree to provide earnest deposit 5%. 2 days to deposit the money with the attorney. Fine, whatever. This earnest deposit forfeit if the buyer withdraws from contract after 5 days. They've been burned a few times when you get that, when you get the wording like that, they've been burned. Proof of funding, I mean, proof of funding doesn't mean anything. You print those out online for anywhere, anything. So I don't know why people bother with that. But here's the thing. It's basically the same property, but you don't know what the interior looks like. You know, it could be destroyed, and I have a feeling it probably is, but you know, you're looking which one is more of your risk tolerance, right? We're going to keep the numbers the same. We're not changing anything on here. We're both going to say they're worth 125. They're both in the same town, same area. Like, why? It's just going to be based upon your risk tolerance on what you're willing to take on. If you've got experience, no problem. If you're new, might want to back off on this one. But it gives you a good idea of what's available in that town. And there's a $25,000 price difference. But we do not know how bad the interior of that brick one is. So something to consider. And those in Bennettsville, South Carolina. I do have another property, which I think would be good for a first timer. All right. So this is going to be located in Greenwood, South Carolina. Now, they did a good job with the photos. We've got 20 photos. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So you got a block home. Roof looks a little beat up. You wouldn't get insurance on that. They're going to make you replace that. All right. So solid house. It's not going anywhere. You know, it was painted at some point, probably a couple years ago. There's the parcel. All right. So this was probably grandma and grandpa's house, something like that. You got wood paneling, looks like hardwood floor. Look up here. You got the roof fell in, the ceiling fell in. So you got junk removal, got window units, right? I don't think anyone's living here currently. It just looks like someone left their stuff. And the whole ceiling fell in, probably due to a hurricane or not. Who knows? Who knows why? But here's the thing. This is a solid little house, right? Just a bunch of junk. No big deal, right? Trash photos, can't really see anything. Bathroom needs to be completely redone. All right. This has been vacant for a hot minute, you can tell. All right. Nothing but junk. Needs new paint. No big deal. This is, once again, you're back in the kitchen where the ceiling fell in. All right. So there's a view of the outside again. Another view of the outside. There's the front. This is a good little house if you're looking to get into it. So let's see if Zillow has anything different. And you never know. That's the reason we checked. Looked at the last two, right? It's 20 photos, same thing. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and it's 942 square feet, right? So they got their typical stuff in here. Next to a university, property is required by selling delinquent tax sales, being sold as is. Okay. Quit claim. So you're going to need to do quiet title on that. And we had a previous video about quiet title. This thing hasn't been cleared. That's another factor you need to consider. They bought at a tax sale, which is great if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, tax sales are great. If you don't just jump into that. Make sure you do your research. Okay. So back to Redfin. Redfin has this thing at $34,900, same what everybody else is asking. And let's see what the property appraiser has. So the property appraiser has a total cap value of $35,700. Okay. That thing's going to be worth more than $35,000 or $36,000, but let's take a look at where it's located on the map. All right, so there's the subject property. Let's zoom on out so you can get an idea. All right, there's Columbia and there's Athens, Georgia. So you're in between both, obviously closer to Columbia, and there's Augusta. All right, so let's take a look at Street View. Now, I looked at this one earlier. This is going to be on a dead end, which is kind of cool. Because you're not going to have any through traffic. But you can see this picture was taken in 12, so it's considerably older. But it was a nice little property. You know, someone cared. They took care of it. Quiet neighborhood. You know, I mean, look at this guy. It's a nice little house. You know, this, obviously in 2012, the neighborhood can change a lot. But this is a good little home to get started in the industry. All right, so let's run our numbers, right? They're saying it's worth $35,000. That's not going to happen. I mean, no one's going to sell. No one's going to go down from that price. They're asking $34,900, $34,900. You know, all right, let's put our numbers in there. I think this thing's probably worth around $75,000. So let's put it 75,000, right? All right, since this dude is a little smaller, I'm going to drop this down to about 2,000. It does need that ceiling redone. We don't know about the roof, and it was 942 square feet. All right, we're going to say 30,000, 30 per square, because that ceiling is going to be a little expensive if you need a roof. So, all right, acquisition price, no commission. You're about 27,000. You know, if you're going to commission, you're at 26. If you're wholesaling it, you know, you want to make your 5, whatever you want to put in there, you're at 21. Okay, that is doable, right? You're going to have to ding them a bit on their asking price, but that is close. That is close, right? If you can get your price per square foot down, let's say 15, which isn't reasonable, which, you know, it's not. You can pay more than what they're asking, but 15 is going to be a bit low. Let's try 25. All right, so 25 to get your square footage down, cost per square foot down to 25. You know, you're looking at 32, you're looking at 31, and wholesaling 25 if you're doing, or 26 if you're doing 5,000. So this is a perfect property to get started in. It's block. There's not a lot of square footage. It won't be too expensive to redo the bathroom. We don't know about the flooring, but that ceiling and that roof are obviously going to be the biggest concern. But this is a good property to get started. So if you're in that area, I suggest going and take a look at it, see what it's really like on the inside, and make your offer based upon that. Don't be afraid to make an offer that isn't like exactly what they're asking. If you think that it's a fair price what they're asking, then by all means do it. So with that being said, there's our 3 properties today in South Carolina. Wanted to say, remember folks, you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.